Today, I'm going to share with you a study. The study was published in 2013, and the subject of the study was to measure the effect of three different flexibility training on active and passive range of motion of hip mobility, namely hip flexion. I'm sharing the published report with you. As you can see, it was published in 2013 June, as I mentioned. And the three types of flexibility training were hold, relax, active isolated stretching, and passive static stretching. The trial was 9 weeks, and they've measured the hip flexion range of motion before and after the 9 weeks period. Their conclusion was that the results suggest the PSS, so the passive static stretching, is the best option for the improvement of both active and passive range of motion. And again, it was about hip flexibility, hip flexion. Now let's work on our hip mobility or hip flexion together. I'm going to show you different options. We will progress from the easiest version and moving towards the more intense versions. If you are on painkillers right now, it's a no for you. If you are pregnant, it's a no for you. And please consult with your doctor if you had a surgery or any joint replacement. Let's work on our hip flexibility together. We will work on hip flexion, and it's going to be one pose, but I will show you different versions of the pose. We will start with the easiest version, and we keep progressing to more and more intense versions. So the first and easiest version, of course, starts on the chair. So I stand up and sit on the chair. I cross my right leg over the left leg, and the knee at this point is pointing up to the ceiling. With the left leg, which is the lower leg, I walk over to the right side of the chair. Then I grab the ankle on my top leg and I rotate the top leg laterally, so outside. I make sure that the ankle on the top leg is close to the knee, and this is a starting position for this pose. The aim is to start very slowly. Walk your hands forward and drop your torso. You move forward with your torso. You can interlace your forearm on your knee or relax it on your legs, and you try to move as forward as possible and as deep as possible with every inhale and every exhale. So the inhales, you feel like you expanding in your spine and moving forward. With the exhales, you feel like sinking deeper and deeper in the pose. If you feel like it's too much pressure for you, then you can scale back, come back to the start, to a straight position, and reach your hands behind your back. If this is intense for you, you can stay in this pose and do the stretch in this position. Wherever you are, we're going to hold this pose for 3 minutes. So please stop your timer if this is your level. From here, from this pose, you can start to experiment with your range by slowly moving forward, just a little bit, just a little bit. You may get here, that's fine. If that's where you are at, you stretch here. And you keep progressing forward and lower. When you finish with your 3 minutes, you slowly untangle your legs. We go and do the same exercise on the other leg. So left leg this time, we lift the left leg and cross it over the right leg. Knees pointing up at this stage. And with the bottom leg, which is my right leg at this time, I move towards the left side of the chair. And again, I laterally rotate my top leg. So my ankle is close to my knee. And the leg is trying to be straight as much as possible, so you don't pull your feet close to your pelvis. It stays out here close to your knee. We do the same as we've done before. Slowly, with every inhale, we try to move forward. And with every exhale, we try to sink into the pose deeper and deeper. You have to make sure that your muscles are relaxed as much as possible and keep up with a slow inhale and exhale breathing. Again, if this is too much for you, or if you feel too much pressure on your knee, flex the foot of the top leg. This way you are engaging your lower leg, and it should take some pressure off your knee. If leaning forward is too much for you, again, on this side too, you can scale it back, come back to a straight position, and just experiment with your range on the left side. Almost all of us have different range of motion in the two sides. One side is usually tighter than the other side. So keep up with your slow breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and expand. Slowly exhale. And you sinking into the pose. You can even close your eyes if it feels good. You can drop your head, relax your shoulders. And when your 3 minutes is up, slowly lift your torso up, untangle your legs slowly, and you're done. We're progressing towards more intense variations, and the next variation is by using yoga blocks. You can use 2 or 1. I'm just going to use 1 block, and we start this pose by sitting on the block. Sit on the block, and same as before, we Bend our right leg first and cross it over the left. Knees are still pointing up at this stage. And we try to move the left leg to the right side. And rotate the top leg outside. If this is where you are at, you do your stretch in this posture. You can experiment whether slowly you can move forward. You can use your hand on the floor to walk your hand forward and try to lower your torso. If that is too much for you, you come back and place your hands behind you and stretching this pose. Try to experiment with your range by slowly leaning forward and see how far you get. Keep up with your breathing. Slow inhale. Feel like you are expanding in your spine and hips. And exhale slowly. Feel like you're sinking down. Allow your body to sink towards the ground. Once your 3 minutes is done on your right leg, you slowly come out of the position. You can shake out your leg and we move on to the next leg. So we lift our left leg, cross it over the right one. We move the bottom leg, wiggle it to the left side and rotate the top leg outside. Now try to square your hips so that your hips should be facing forward, straight. And try to slowly walk forward. You can interlace your forearm and just stay here. Or you can try to walk your hands slowly on the ground and move with your breath. With every inhale, you try to move a few millimeters forward. See if you can. And with every slow exhale, you try to sink into the ground. Allow your body to deepen in this pose. You can always come back, scale back if it's too intense, and experiment with your range on this side. See how far you can move with your torso. You might be here, you might be here. It's completely fine. You are getting a really nice and intense stretch either way. So just stretch for 3 minutes. Keep this pose for 3 minutes. Keep up with your breathing. You can even drop your head here. You can close your eyes if it feels relaxing. And when you're ready with 3 minutes, you slowly untangle your leg. And this was your version This third version of the pose is the most intense. We're not sitting on the chair or on the blocks, we're sitting on the floor this time. We bend our right leg first and rotate it outward. It's a lateral rotation. Then we grab our left leg and we pull the left feet, close to the right knee. When you look down to your knee, to your legs, you should see that your legs are more or less in a straightish line. So you make sure that your feet is not coming close to your pelvis. This is your starting position. And we do the same thing as before, slowly. With every inhale and exhale, we work through the range. We try to walk our hands forward with every inhale, and with every exhale, we try to lower and sink deeper into the pose. Keep up with slow inhale and exhales. Try to wiggle your finger forward and feel that you expanding in your spine and expanding in your hip. Try to move forward. You may reach the ground with your forearm. You can drop your head, relax your shoulder. You can close your eyes and keep breathing, and try to keep your muscles, leg muscles and hip relaxed as much as possible. Once your 3 minutes is off, you slowly walk your hands back, sit up straight, and extend your top leg first. Slowly extend your bottom leg and shake it out. This was your right side. Now we will do the same on the left side. So we rotate our left leg outside, lateral rotation. We grab our right feet and we place it on the left knee pit, somewhere there, near. Again, you look down and you want to make sure that your legs are in a straightish line, so they're not close to your hip. You place your palms on the floor. This is your starting position. And from here, you try to slowly walk your hands forward. If you stop here and you feel it's already too intense for you, you can stay in this pose. If you feel you can go a bit further, then you just keep moving your hands, fingers forward with every slow inhale, and with every slow exhale, you try to sink lower into the pose. You can drop your neck, relax your shoulder, your forearm maybe touching the ground, and see if your finger can wiggle a little bit forward, a millimeter. And once your 3 minute is up, you slowly walk back. Place your hands next to you. We extend the top leg first, slowly, and the bottom leg. We extend the bottom leg. Shake it out. And this was the most intense version. Once you finish with this hip stretch or hip flexion stretching, we go on our knees and turn your fingers pointing towards your feet and put your palm on the floor and lift your chest out and stay in this pose for a few seconds. Just keep breathing naturally and walk your hands back. And this was the practice for today, the stretching practice. Remember that these are stretching exercises, so it doesn't matter how you look. The focus and the target is the mobility and flexibility gain, and it's not important how you look in the pose. I hope you enjoyed this stretch and see you next time.